want him to get to that turn 10 wherein they start blasting you with like as mystic shots and karma spells, you know. A Shen coming down from Tiker, no clean answers on Orpheus side. I mean, this is gonna signal that Orpheus doesn't have the thermo beam in hand, because if he did, this Shen would be cleared out already.
Yep. And just going through the deck list that both players are bringing over here. Tycho actually came in with the Ash, Sejuani, Kato variant. The second deck would be a Ezreal, Twisted Fate, and then lastly it would be Shen, Fiora, Barrier, and on Orpheus side we have a Ash, Sejuani with Everson, Halfguard variant, and Ezreal, Kamavai, and last but not least, Fresh Lux.
Yeah,
It's
spicy.
another
Spicy
spicy
Demacialis.
Demacialis.
Yeah. So Tiger here dropping down Lauren Protege, followed up by the Bright Steel Protector, threatening 7 damage, but Mystic Shot is gonna say otherwise, dropping down this Blight Steel Protector, taking it off the board, and we're just gonna see 4 damage coming in from Tiger onto Orpheus Nexus. An Eye of the Dragon draw from Orpheus here could do a couple of things, especially against Demacia, wherein they don't have any like overwhelm units. Triple Laurent
Wow.
Protege for Tiger. I mean, it's kind of tough to deal with since it has 4 toughness, but then again, it doesn't have like a huge attack
Mm-hmm.
power that Ed's Karma decks should be really scared of. But I mean, Tiger still has like 5 cards in hand, and Orpheus here kind of running out of options with just 2 more removal in hand. Will of Ionia being soft removal as well, and Gotcha not being able to get these Lauren Proteges.
Yeah, and
But I mean, jumping down 3 toughness from pulling down the claw, I mean, the Eye of the Dragon, Gotcha is gonna clear out one of these pesky Lauren Proteges that has been going into the Nexus since
since the
since
early
they've
game.
come down on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, but Orpheus is really running low on options now. He really needs his card draws and opting to go for the Claw of the Dragon instead of the Gotcha. And here comes a Relentless Pursuit coming in from Taika side.
So good thing. I mean, quite something that he decided to put down Claws of the Dragon. He goes for a relentless pursuit play, and then it it doesn't give Orpheus the chance to answer with a Yone.
Oh, and a repulse coming in over here, saving the Lauren Prodigy. And this Prodigy never dies.
Yeah, and clearing out the Eye of the Dragon is also super important as well. So he doesn't get any like free dragonlings and another relentless pursuit, possibly.
Wow.
And he's Orpheus gonna have to dig up some answers here to be able to answer the 5-2 Lauren Protege, but he doesn't have anything in hand. He's dead on hand from the rummage. This is gonna be 9 damage going into Orpheus Nexus, and it's gonna be able to close out game 1, going on to Tiger.
Yeah, so here we have Taika winning the game over here. Moving on to game number 2, it still could be anybody's game at this point of time as we are currently playing a best of 5 series with no bans. So could Orpheus turn this around and take the win of this particular match?
Yeah, but here we see like picking Ezreal Karma and the Ash with Kato variant plays super well into Ezreal Karma with the Overwhelm and the 5-4 Reckless Rifarian on turn
Mm-hmm.
3. So if we see that pick, it might be like another game for Tiger. But Tiger goes with the TFS, and it's not the tables have turned since Ez Karma is usually favored against this other Ez list just because they have Karma, the real deciding factor in Ez mirrors.
Yeah, and here, and they always say the S Kama is always the most superior variant of Ezreal, going in among all the Ezreal variant.
Yeah, because it has like a you win button, you know.
You win, but
The other Ezreal list doesn't have that. Ezreal Karma has like a you win button. But an aggressive start here from Tiger going for the warning shot immediately with the plunder on the Jagged Butcher, going in for 4 damage on turn 1.
It seems like Tiger is going for the aggressive strategy against Orpheus, knowing the Ezreal Kama have a weaker early game, and he's gonna take advantage of this.
Yeah, and that's good awareness on Tiger's side. That's exactly the play that you should be going for. The other Ezreal list, save of course the Freljord one, has always been more aggressive than the Ezreal Karma
Hmm?
variants. Ezreal Karma is like control into combo them on turn 10, while other lists like for example Draven, Swain, and the TF variants are more focused on chip damage and then finishing you off with Ezreal.
Yep.
So Petty Officer now going down for Tiger, a nice pick out of the pool of 1 mana cost creatures with I forgot what is this? Something student, right?
Decide
Disciple,
disciple.
is it? It's the one that gets buffed when you're like a
Another
creature.
creature.
So
Yep.
yeah, so it's pretty good here for 3/2 and a 2/2, but Eye of the Dragon plus Mystic Shot is going to be able to block all the damage coming in from Tiger.
There we have it. A mystic shot going on to the petty officer. No, Orpheus is not gonna take another damage coming in from Tiger side of the field. And a thermal.
So Thermogenic Beam cleaning out this Eye of the Dragon. 3 cards in hand only for Tiger, with Chump Wump possibly being played on Orpheus side. Or is he saving up the mana? I think Chump Wump is a good play here.
Come on,
He'll be able to block the the guy,
student.
the dude, the student, the 1/1 thing that becomes
Bigger.
50/50 if you have enough
Yeah.
creatures. So you can possibly, I think
You could possibly
you're
go for
poised
the
to attack
push.
here,
Yeah.
yeah? Yeah, you can push some 4 damage into Tiger's Nexus. Of course, these Ezreal variant doesn't have any healing, so any chip damage that you can produce is going to be welcome.
And a claw of the dragon. From the top of the deck could potentially coming in burst speed with the mushroom cloud if you choose to go for that route.
Yeah, but with Tiger developing the Zonite Urchin, he can just drop down the Claws of the Dragons instead of wasting his 2
Mushroom. Yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah. Is there jury rig in Tiger's list? To surprise? I don't know. I didn't check. I didn't check.
Is there? Hold on. I like no, there is no jury rig.
Okay, so no
Yeah,
surprise. 3/3.
but a Mickey Rain over here could just sweep away the Charm and at the same time the plunder effect for Tiger.
Yeah, and two stacks on the Israel. So Orpheus taking his time if he wants to lose this chump one. But I mean, like, I think it's still a welcome block. So does that mean that Tiger doesn't have his Make It Rain?
Doesn't seems like it, but it feels like he's going for the yoink. Starting now and see what valuable card Tiger could steal from this side of the deck.
Sometimes, these black market merchants, especially in like the Ez Karma, playing into Ez Karma, and you're also an Ezreal
Mm-hmm.
variant, play super well, especially if you're like getting stuff like Static Shock and and whatever for you to also build up your Ezreal while also denying the other Ezreal list from building up their own Ez stacks is super important and really swingy if you ask me. So Deep Meditation coming in from Orpheus, not risking the possibility of losing Karma to a burn spell. I mean, Static Shock here being drawn off of Deep Meditation and Ezreal off the top. Static Shock gonna be able to clear out Black Market Merchant and put 2 stacks on Ezreal, putting down the Zap Spray Fin to 1 HP.
And that could be really valuable right now because what Orpheus have right now is he has the combo pieces in his hand. All he needs to do is level up Ezreal, and he probably has the game in the bag for him.
Yeah. Find some way to drop Ezreal and Karma safely, and there could possibly be game. But let's not forget that the uh, TFS variant has like this really powerful turn on turn 8. Even before the Karma and Ezreal turns are able to do anything, Riptide Rex can just push damage on your Nexus like there's no tomorrow.
Yep, and here Orpheus going for the Steel Tempest onto the Zap Spray Fin, not wanting to take any more damage as much as possible, and also denying any plunder from triggering.
Yeah, super important, I think, to make Tiker waste some spells if he wants to get his plunder going. But TF gonna drop down for Tiker, choosing the blue card. So just digging for some more stuff that can help him with his game against Ed's Carmelis.
Yep, and this also kind of mean that I might not be going for the plunder play this turn. I'm just gonna get more options for my deck.
Yeah, yeah. Which is a fine line to play against a Ezreal mirror for sure.
Here we have Orpheus checking how many thermogenic beam has he? Oh,
Two or three, right? Or has it been three?
yeah, I think it's 2.
Mm-hmm. Orpheus thinking about dropping down Ezreal here, I think, but I mean,
Is there even
maybe
a
not.
need to? With the Zap Spray
Maybe
Fin,
not
he can't attack
the.
anyway.
Yeah, maybe not like the best play to do. He can just opt to pass here.
Petty Officer coming in, a Warden.
Dude, that's super RNG.
Yeah.
Like I had that like in one of my games. Like I got Warden, and then I got like another last breath unit, right, which was a Mage Seeker something, and then got like a really nice spell off of it. I'm like, I forgot what spell it is, but I know it won me the game. And the third Thermo Beam, or is that Orpheus Thermo Beam? I didn't keep I didn't keep track of it, but it might have been Orpheus Thermo
Too
Beam,
many
right?
thermal
Because
beams.
he stole it off Black Market
Yep.
Merchant. I think it's one of Orpheus Thermo Beams.
Have gotcha onto it. Nice. Leveling it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You can just drop down another Twisted Fate, get value off of that. I mean, like Twisted Fate works in a way in such that if you kill the opponent's Twisted Fate, he gets like one more option.
Yeah, so uh killing this Zap Spray Fin might be the better option for Orpheus instead.
Yeah, as long as he wasn't threatening lethal with Twisted Fate on board, I mean, this or leveling up with Twisted Fate. I mean, I think there's just not an optimal timing
Yep.
to kill the Twisted Fate. I usually just kill the Twisted Fate when it's convenient before it levels up. You just have to keep track of what your opponent is able to level Twisted Fate up with. Like, can he play Rummage? Can he play like what is that? Pilfered Goods? Yeah, just keep track of your opponent's options.
Or even like pick a card also might be a way for you have to level up as well.
Yeah, but then again, pick a card is like, Telegraph. Has to do it, and it's the draw is going to be on the future turns. And interestingly enough, Tiger doesn't block with the Zap Spray Fin.
That is a good coming in from Tiger.
Yeah, but maybe he has something to clear out this Ezreal,
Yeah,
right?
so not going the Mystic Shot, not going into the TF, denying that opportunity for a third TF coming down that might potentially kill off this Ezreal.
So dropping Ezreal here on this turn possibly signals that Orpheus is thinking that he's taking too much damage already.
Yep, and here comes a pick a card from Twisted Fate. And is Twisted Fate even close to leveling up at this point in time?
I think he's 2 or 3 cards off,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm correct.
Yeah, but with so much options in his disposal right now, I Tiger have more options to take off this Ezreal at this point of time.
Mm-hmm. And he's not. I think Orpheus here line of play is he's not going to block with Ezreal. He needs to really save his Ezreal from certain death of a couple of
Mm-hmm.
spells, and he has to be able to drop Karma safely as
Yep,
well.
and here comes the flip on the Ezreal over here, and
Yeah.
OPS is one step closer to winning this game with Karma in his hand.
Yeah, but Riptide Rex is possibly going down for Tiger, right?
And the Pilfer Goods coming in. Does Tiger have that Riptide Rex? If a Riptide Rex comes in, Ezreal could, Orpheus could, Wheel of Ionia the Ezreal, save it,
Yeah, yeah.
Rummage. And here we have TF
So
evolving.
yeah, and the damage was off of
Orpheus side.
Orpheus,
Yep.
right?
So does this actually makes a difference for Tiger right now with a level up TF? Because the Karma is gonna come in anyways, and
No, I don't think so. If Karma comes down safely, there's just no way that Tiger can win the match because Orpheus has enough damage on hand to close out the match if Karma comes down and is not answered.
Karma really has to come down, or it could be over for Orpheus over here and make it rain. Possibly
This is possibly going to clear out the Ezreal, right?
maybe just if he plays another card for the gold card, then yes, the Ezreal would be gone. Which highly unlikely. He's not gonna have anything. He's definitely gonna have something to trigger the gold card of the TF.
Yeah. There might be like a risky play wherein you can put down Karma to take the gold card,
Mm-hmm.
but then I think he'll just target it with a spell and kill off your Karma as
That
well.
would be really, really, really for
Yeah, so I think he just has to take this Ezreal dying at this turn and then safely drop Karma.
you go for the wheel.
If he goes for the will, he'll have 2 mana bank, so he'll have 12 mana.
6 + 3, that's 9. Puff caps. Oh, he's going for the puff caps right
Puff,
now.
oh, really? Puff cap, will, or just he has to will, right?
Yeah,
Right.
he has to do it. Or he get excited. It's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, it gives him the most chances of winning if he wills his Ezreal.
And all Orpheus need is Tiger to draw a copy of Mushroom, and a double get excited could just seal the game for yes.
But the thing is, like, you have to do something next turn because if you don't, if you like just drop Ezreal, I think an open attack can do it on Tiger side.
Yeah, but token is in Orpheus side of the field. 10 mana.
He can drop down Ezreal and if it goes for like an attack, he can close out the game, right? 5 damage from Get Excited, 2-4, 4 damage from the Mystic Shot
Mm-hmm.
coming out of Ezreal, and 2 damage from Ezreal himself. Is able to close out the game.
That's if the Zap doesn't block it
Yeah,
and a go card doesn't trigger.
yeah. So a lot of like, and iTiger has like 8 cards. I think 8 cards. That's a lot of cards, man. That's too many cards.
Too many cards.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
deep meditation got stolen.
my, oh, deep meditation. What the 2 mana deep meditation? I want some of those. That's pre-buff, a pre-nerf deep meditation.
Yeah.
So we were joking about deep meditation, right? Being a buff for Vimer
Yeah.
since it was in 3 mana. Now that's gone. Like Vimer doesn't exist.
Bye
So
means bye bye.
deep meditation is definitely nerf now. There's no more question if deep meditation was actually buffed because of Heimer.
No,
Now it's
it's
just
straight out nerf.
cleanly nerfed. Yeah.
So here we see a go card coming on onto the, Ezreal over here,
Yeah.
and Orpheus really needs to take out that Fist of Fate, or things gonna get really really ugly subsequently.
Yeah. Orpheus here is gonna have like a big trouble with this Twisted Fate leveled up. His Ezreal is not gonna get in for anything. He can choose to drop down Karma, but Ezreal is gone, and he's gonna have to rip like a Mystic shot
Yeah.
off the top of his deck, and that might do it.
Ezreal is 6 out of 8, but iTiger is taking so much control with just the EF on his side.
Let's not forget that he still has 5 mana available to him this turn, and we might just see more cards being played from iTiger's side. I mean, even a Jagged Butcher is like super threatening at this game stage.
Man, Orpheus is so low in his health right now, and immediately going for the Get Excited onto iTiger's Nexus over here. That is kind of a questionable play, I would say.
Yeah, because now he doesn't have the option to drop as Karma, and you don't have like options to win the game at this point. Wherein if he dropped Karma, he had an option to win the game with Get Excited plus Mystic Shot. But with this play, there's nothing he'll be able to do, because this just puts iTiger to 4.
Here we see 2 more spells coming in, the Mystic Shot. Double Mystic Shot going into the
What? That's wild.
Ezreal. Is there a need to go for both?
He might. Is there like a way to deal 6 damage? Maybe there's. I don't think there is. So.
Oh!
Ooh.
Whoa. iTiger might lose over here. With him drawing another card. That's small puff caps, right? Nope.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was the Ezreal Karma, if it was Karma, right? Like, that's still the winning play, I think.
Yeah, definitely Karma is the winning play over here. And a Thermal Beam onto the TF.
But it's not enough to close out the. It's not enough to save him.
Not if iTiger draw like 4 puff caps to close off.
4 puff caps? Oh, what? No, don't make that happen.
Puff caps? No puff caps!
Insane.
Yeah, and that should be it for Orpheus. And with
with a full send from iTiger's side, overkill on Orpheus Nexus.
oh, and here we have Orpheus moving on to game number 3 with iTiger leading at 2 wins right now. Is it time for Orpheus to change the deck, or he should stick with the S-Karma?
Well, I mean, you're gonna need to win with Ez Karma anyway. So might as well, right?
Well.
Yeah.
So the last
Because at this point, you need to reverse sweep Ash Kato, and that's a tall order for anyone.
Yep, and moving on to game number 3 with Ophias going in with Ezreal Kama and Ike Tiger going Ash Johnny Kato. So the Kato actually have the upper hand in this particular matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if the Ezreal Karma player doesn't have like thermogenic beams in hand, it's gonna be a tough time for you to deal with on curve Reckless Trifarian. And if they go into like turn 5 with Kato and you don't have a clean answer for any of those, it's gonna be such a tough time.
Let's see if Ophias could mulligan into a Thermogenic Beam to save himself, and like his hand does not have much answers to Ike Tiger's game
Yeah,
plan.
but I have the dragon. It's gonna if it goes online with like double spells on your defending turns, it's gonna be pretty good against this. You can chump block a lot of the fat creatures coming in from Ash Sejuani, and a nice Vi off of the top for Orpheus. Possibly be able to pick out like one or two creatures as well on Eye Tiger's side.
So Ike Tiger
So choosing
choosing
not
not to
to
go,
develop, yeah, the Eye of the Dragon,
passing turn number 3.
saving up some mana. Reckless Rifarian now for Eye Tiger, and this is exactly what you want to see if you are the Ash Sejuani player, but a Static Shock coming in from Orpheus, and possibly a Eye of the Dragon play into get excited onto the Reckless Rifarian.
Or he could go for a
With two
Concussive
mana,
Pump the next work for Ophias.
yeah. Yeah.
Referent Assessor drawing Ike Tiger card.
He can go for a preemptive concussive bomb here on the Trifarian Assessor, so he can block the Reckless Trifarian with the Monk coming out from concussive bomb.
Kind of it would discourage Ike Tiger from attacking. But anyways,
Yeah, so this might signal a Elixir of Iron or Brittle Steel, or even like better players are just, even if they don't have it, they make you think like they have it, you know?
but here comes a Brittle Steel taking out the tail of the dragon. Here we see Baby
Dude,
Dragon.
I don't even know what the name of the concussive bomb guy was. Tail of the Dragon. For real, man. Oh,
Oh,
so that's what it's
yeah,
called, huh?
it's the palm dude. It's the palm dude.
Yeah, I just call it the monk that comes out of concussive bomb. So
Uh,
we'll probably see Vi taking out the Trifarian Assessor, right? Like I think that's the best play that Orpheus can make here in this position.
yep.
But can be punished by like at least even just an Ice Veil Archer.
And here comes the
Uh,
Iceveil Archer.
yeah, it denies you from taking out anything.
This Ash Johnny deck has like every answer to everything that you're gonna do.
Yeah, and if he has like a what do you call this? An Elixir of Iron, this Ash is gonna live as well. But he Orpheus going for the safer play here with the concussive pump onto the Ash. Eye Tiger choosing to pass this round, saying that this attack isn't worth it.
I'm not gonna do the attack.
Yeah. So it's been such a long-standing nerf for Vi to go from 5 HP to 4 HP, which I think is like very balanced in terms of
Mm-hmm.
how they handled Vi. Because back when it was 5 HP, it was super broken.
Yep.
Because if you think about this situation right now, if it was still 5 HP, he can just pull the Ash and Vi would still live.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just too much.
Yeah, and I feel Vi is in a very balanced position right now. Everybody was like using Vi as a utility of it being how it is supposed to be designed.
Yeah. Like it can go for like a risky, big plays with leveling up with 10 power, but with previously when it was 5 HP, it was just too consistent to getting to that portion, right?
Hmm? Here we see Ophius going for the kill on both Ash and the Trifarian Assessor with a Mystic Shot and a Static Shock. Yeah, Culling Strike coming in.
And he'll be able to get out of this range with Health Potion and Rummage, but I think that's a lot to spend. But I mean, you're denying a lot of tempo from Tiger as well by denying this Culling Strike. So we might see a Rummage into
Of Potion.
get excited, I think. Right? You can. I think you. If I was the one playing, I would possibly throw away Karma, for sure. Like Karma Health Potion.
You
I'd throw
probably
away
won't
Karma Health Potion, and then I'd get excited the
will away.
Reckless Trifarian.
Thermal Beam?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you have to get rid of Thermo Beam here so you can answer the Sejuani play with a Will of Ionia
Hmm?
at fast speed. I mean, and then still keep your Vi for board control. And that's just cherry on top. Getting another Thermo Beam off the top from the Static Shock feels like a super optimal play
Yeah.
from Orpheus.
Ophius has been rewarded with that one impressive play coming from Ophius.
So good discipline there. Getting rid of your karma on the rummage to be able to uh, survive the Culling Strike with Vi and keep your board. Also take out the Reckless Trifarian, but Captain
Aaron.
Farron, like the story has been of Captain Farron for this new list, right? Ever since he was first slotted into Ash Sedge, which was like, I think we first saw it in Bilge Water Brawl, and then finally it came in other tournaments as well. Fresh Lobster has been taking this in as well
Hmm?
into his Ash Sejuani list, and it's just been so good in closing a lot of these matches. But super thermogenic beam gonna take out this Captain Farron.
Superman just got taken out right over here. Passing the turn back to Tiger. What would
Is
Tiger do?
an Ash. I mean, he could go for the Yon and attack here, right?
And
Like
get a flip off Vi as well?
Vi, yeah, and he can go for like, okay, so Claws of the Dragon first.
Cross into Yon.
See, yeah, and you can get like super crazy attacks in if Tiger doesn't have anything.
Tiger
So
has like 3 cards in hand that is unknown right now. He could have a Brittle Steel to turn off the Vi. And
ooh, this
wow,
is lethal.
having a
But
clean
I mean,
attack.
6 mana is probably representing Harsh Winds.
Yep. Double Harsh Winds on the 2 biggest creatures over here. 6 damage, and at the same time evolving the Ash. It could be looking really, really bad for Ophius over here.
I mean, he still has board, but the fact that he has triple decimate is just insane. And Orpheus is running out of cards here with just Karma, Will, and a Mystic Shot off the top.
It is
Is
not
it gonna be
enough.
enough?
Probably not enough, right?
Well, Crystal Arrow now coming down, so free 11 damage for Tiger here. But I mean, I think we're gonna see a Will of Ionia on at least the Ash.
11 plus 8 should be lethal with Tiger. Whatever the Tiger have right now, seems like Will is the only play for Ophius. Or even no,
Yeah,
Mystic Shotting the Icevale Archer could be one of the.
I think a Will here in this position is already fine, right?
Ash is
And
4, right?
then Mystic Shot on
Icevale Archer.
the Icevale Archer saves him a lot of HP for sure. But the thing is that he just has to get Orpheus down to 12 HP, right? Like
Yeah, that's all he needs.
that's all he needs. And 5 damage is going into the Nexus because if he wills now, he can block with his creatures again. So he has to will Ash because of the development
Mm-hmm.
on Avaros and Hardcard, right?
Yep, and right now he could block with his just what you said and deny any form of damage at this point of time.
Mm-hmm. And Yon blocking, for example, the Avaros and Hardcard is gonna be able to still live post block.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is here, he has to save as much HP as he can because he already knows that there is triple decimate in the hand of Eiddiker.
Has to be above 12 at all times with triple decimate.
Yeah. Or at least have a deny if he's like around 12, right? So he's choosing not to spend the Mystic Shot on the 4-2. So thinking about going on for a Karma play and then a Mystic Shot on the Ash currently in hand for Eiddiker to clear out Ash.
Yeah, clearing the ash is of top priority because really not one you really need blockers at this point of time. And a concussive palm.
He can go for the pass here, right? Because if he drops down Ash, it can just get pulled by Vi.
Here comes the Yeti.
Yeah, but immediately he ripped the Yeti off of the Avarosa Trapper. Thinking about Karma,
Going for Kamar.
putting down, yeah, going for Karma. Now he still can't put down Ash.
Oh, throwing 2 more cards
Ooh,
off top for Eiddiker.
that's pretty good.
Orpheus can't go on offense right now. Have to
He
pull
needs
back.
like he needs an Ezreal or something.
The deep meditation is probably huge for Orpheus over here. He could draw into more
Yeah.
spells. Iceveil Archer onto the
Ooh,
Karma. Okay,
possibly a Reckoning here or a
Calling
Culling
Strike
Strike.
might be range right now.
He needs to rip like a deny off the top or something.
So,
This is a lot of
yeah,
damage.
Orpheus choosing to go for the offense over here.
That's a lot of damage. Down to
Tons of
5.
damage.
That's tough, bro. You gotta
Concussive.
concussive bomb something.
Good. Putting 7 is still
Yeah.
putting him down to 9. Is still in range
Yeah.
of Decimate.
But that just means, right, that he's not gonna have enough to protect Karma if he goes for the Mystic Shot since he's going for the concussive bomb play here.
And the Culling Strike for the Karma. Definitely a deep meditation. Hopefully drawing into a deny and a gotcha. Steel Tempest and a Mystic Shot. So this could save his board potentially.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was going for the concussive bomb play, anyway, maybe there was like a chance to just concussive bomb preemptively on one of the units so he can get the Tail of the Dragon out early for additional blockers. That way he could have blocked way more creatures than this blocking turn over here.
But currently it seems like there's no way that he could save the Karma right now. And might be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, he can clear out all the damage here with Gotcha on the 3/3 as well.
But it seems like he's going to take that 3 damage in. Putting himself down to 30.
And that's dangerous range already, right? Because of the triple decimate in hand.
That's 12.
I mean, it's one of still. So, Eiddiker clearing the way for Ash with no way to deal with on the current turn, and Ezreal
Whoa.
coming late to the party.
Would it make a difference right now with this Ezreal? Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make a difference because Ezreal is without one of the Cullings, with like two of the Culling strikes already used, he can just drop down Ezreal. I think he has to take a lot more risk than his opponent. He has to drop Ezreal here because he's not gonna have like a more optimal spot to put Ezreal down and possibly get that free Mystic shot off of the attack. And this Ezreal alone, I think, is
He might
enough
have
to
Lito.
close the
Yep.
game, right? Yeah,
Ophius might have opportunity for Lito over here.
yeah. No, don't attack with those.
No, no. He
No,
might be thinking, this is my final
no.
turn. I'm gonna just go for it.
Yeah, he might. That might be the idea, right?
And there is 4, 8, 12 damage. Exact
Exactly. Yeah.
Lito for Ophius taking Aitaika out with
So
6
he
Mystic
just has to do
Shots.
it one by one and watch out for the culling strike.
Mystic Shot
Just
number
one at a time,
1.
bro. Slowly but surely,
Yeah.
we're gonna get this 12 damage in.
What is that last cut in your hand?
Decimate.
Decimate.
Not enough, bro. Not gonna be enough.
Just okay.
Yeah, not gonna be enough. I got another Mystic Shot for 4 more
Damage.
damage.
Is that a Culling Strike?
Nope. Okay, so he can pass here, right? I think he can pass.
Uh, yeah, he can pass so that he could have more options going on next game.
Yeah, because if he passes, he'll have 11 mana, which is going to be enough to cast all of the spells in his hand.
Mhm.
So if on the Mystic Shot, his Ezreal gets Culling Strike, he can just play another
Just
spell.
gotcha. Ray of Ionia will do it.
Yeah, yeah. So optimal pass there from Orpheus. So we're gonna see an open attack here with Ash freezing the Ezreal, but Mystic Shot going into the Nexus, asking Eyed Tiger if he has the option to kill Ezreal. But even if he has Will of Ionia and Gotcha to close out the game for 4 more damage with
Yes,
Ezreal.
it seems like Ophius already have the game in the bag right here. Could Ophius turn the game around with a 1-2 score moving on to game number 4?
4? Yeah.
Yeah, goodness.
So finally, we see Orpheus on the board with a turnaround on the Ash Kato variant from Eyed Tiger. So really good plays from both sides. But Ezreal, man, sometimes when you lose like that, it just feels so
Yeah,
broken, right? It feels like you have the game in the bag. You still have you're pretty healthy at like, I mean, considering 12 HP is really healthy in this game, right? Like that's nowhere near dead, and he just rips Ezreal off the top, and you've already
yeah.
lost. Like that's, dude,
Nerf.
what? Nerf! Somebody nerf that
Yeah.
card.
It felt like, Ezreal just stole the win away from you. Like, dude, I got robbed.
Yeah, yeah, he got robbed by Ezreal. Thief.
And
He
here we
Thanos snapped that Nexus, bro. That's why that's why Ezreal has that animation because he just it's a
just snatch
Thanos
it
snap
away.
on your yeah, it's a Thanos snap on your Nexus.
Here we have, moving on to with a Ash Johnny Mirror, but both players playing very different variation over here. With Pierce playing the Everson Tough Guard variation and Tiger playing the Kato variation.
Yeah, I mean Tiger, I think the Kato variant is favored in the mirror match, right? Because you get
Yeah, he has like bigger
no
creatures.
yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Because you don't have a clean way to deal with the Reckless Trifarian on 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you have more reach than your opponent, but I think it still comes down to like that turn where Ash gets online. I think that decides most mirrors is who can level up Ash and then swing with an unblockable unblockable
Yeah,
attack.
the arrow Ash arrow is gonna be important, particular. And Ophius already have a copy of Ash in his hand, just in case can pull off any shenanigans.
Mhm. So interestingly enough, right, this what do you call this, Trifarian Glory Seeker is like a tempo play wherein you're not gonna be able to play anything on his attacking turn. It's weird like that. That's how it plays out when you have a Defiant Glory Seeker in the mirror match because you threaten to pull one of his more important creatures, and as you saw a while ago, it lost Orpheus kind of a turn because he wasn't able to develop Ash since Tiger threatened with the Trifarian Glory Seeker, but Avaros and Hearthguard coming down for both players, buffing up the whole deck for both of them, and we're gonna see like we're probably gonna be in for a long mirror match
Yeah,
here.
and currently, Ike Tiger have a 3 copies of Half Guard and 2 copies of Kato in his deck as well. So if going into the long game, I believe Ike Tiger might have the upper hand in this particular matchup with so many Half Guard as well.
Yeah, and it's exactly like a mirror match. Avaros and Heartguard blocking the Avaros and Heartguard. Tiger going for the Elixir of Iron. Orpheus going for the Elixir of Iron. Who's dying?
No
No
one's
one.
dying.
Yeah, but the greedy list from Tiger possibly gonna be able to win out this like mirror match wherein the of course you're gonna be looking at more top end to beat this more mid range and mirror matches. So definitely a welcome addition to have is like have Kato on top of the Avaros and Hardguard. That's just juicy.
Yeah, but guess what? Here comes the Kato from Ike Tiger's side of the field. It seems like
Well, fortunately, Orpheus has Harsh Winds to stop this aggressive push from Tiger's side. But Tiger deciding against it, and another Avaros and Heart Guard from Orpheus
ooh.
side is like this is like one of the cards that you want to see in the mirror match. You can't beat buffed up versions of your own cards if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at this point of time, whoever has the most half guard played probably would have the upper hand, and Orpheus having his card would make lots of difference right now.
This is a crazy attack
Yeah.
by Ash, man. This is a crazy attack.
Don't do it.
Should he be attacking with this? There's so much things that can block Ash, but I guess he's going for the trade with Harsh Winds on whatever is gonna block Ash.
Probably a Culling Strike over here.
Okay, nice Culling Strike from Orpheus, allowing his Ash to develop a stack as well as killing off one of Tiger's units.
Kind of like tempo play for Orpheus over here, but the Glory Seeker now getting ready to pick off 2 units. Possible.
Bro, a Trifarian Assessor would be insane in this spot. Draw 2 million cards? I want that. 2 million cards?
The whole board
Damn.
is like filled with creatures. It's filled with creatures with 5 attack and above.
Yeah.
Dude. How is this not broken?
So, is he gonna save Ash? That's the big question here, right? I mean, I think
He has to save Ash, right?
I think the optimal block here is to block the Yeti and Harsh Winds on the Trifarian, right?
Yeah, he has to Harsh Winds on the Trifarian, Reckless Trifarian. That's the first one. And is there a need to save the Ash?
I think he has to save the Ash, but he has to block the Yeti with the Omen Hawk, right? I think that's the optimal block. I might be wrong. Yeah, and at this point, just block the Yeti, save the 5 damage, or does he want to put down 2 damage on the Trifarian? Okay, better.
Yeah, this
There we
is
go.
so much better.
There we go, yeah. He's gonna be able to clear Tiger's board if he doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve.
And the Harsh Winds
But-
coming in.
Yeah, and a Harsh Winds of his own, keeping board for Tiger here.
And Trifarian Assessor over here, but unable to draw much cards off this particular board that Orpheus have, and Halfguard is probably the best for him.
Yeah. Well, 7/7 Heart card has some things to say about that, Mason.
7/7 half guard. What you gonna do? That's my second half guard. Is that second half guard? That is the second. And an
Yeah, second
assessor.
hard guard. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
2 million cards?
First,
We want 2 million
step
cards.
1, draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
Step 2, draw 4 cards.
What?
Wow! Going for step
draw
2?
some more cards. Just draw some more cards. I think.
No, he could go for the Culling Strike onto Sejuani, right?
That's the thing, though. Tiger's board has so much damage on it. That's the big problem here.
He just needs to control the ones with Overwhelm. I believe Ophius might, comfortable just jump blocking way through.
Mm-hmm. There might not be enough time for this Trifarian Assessor to pull out the win for Orpheus, just because of how much damage Tiger is representing on his side of the board. He can go for like Ice Veil Archer into Avarosan Sentry, right? Or he can go for Ice Veil into Culling Strike as well.
Culling Strike into this Sejuani would be better. And it seems like he doesn't run any Fury of the North, so he has no way to escape the Culling Strike.
Mm-hmm. So another Ice Veil Archer. Are we gonna see a Culling Strike as well from Tiger's side, or is just board development?
What?
So no.
And a Trifarian
Okay.
Assessor.
What? Okay, so another Trifarian Assessor coming from Orpheus, and this might just be enough to like get him out of to get him up on card advantage, and eventually slowly whittle down Tiger in terms of board state.
He definitely have to take a little damage over here. 8 is not little, but
That's not a little damage. What do you mean? That's not. I don't think that's in the realm of like little damage, bro.
so he has.
But it's gonna be fine. Like losing this board, you still have like these two assessors to draw you into more cards, so it's not much of an issue for Orpheus side.
Step 1, draw 2 cards.
Yeah, and then step 2.
Oh.
It's just so many cards, man. You can go for another Trifarian Assessor.
Draw
here,
3
2 more
cards.
So,
Oh.
too many.
Go for the Omen Hawk, man.
No.
Yo, shouldn't he
I
go
think
for
I
the
want-
Glory Seeker and he could draw 1 more card?
I don't know. At this point, I think it doesn't even matter. Honestly.
Whoa, a Sejuani into Reckoning? Oh no, he does not have enough mana over here. Could Ophius turn
Dude,
this
this-
game around?
These creatures are so fat. He can bait out something by playing a lower cost creature before the Sejuani and possibly take out a more important target than the Avarosan Heart card.
Yeah, so here he has
And
Trapper.
and he can still develop.
A
so
Sejuani?
Sejuani.
Oh.
I got those two, bro.
Oh, guess
I
what?
got those
It's
two.
the bye-bye.
Oh.
Oh, and freeze onto the Sejuani. Archer onto his Sejuani as well. Wow, this is a freeze challenge.
Sometimes this is like this is the feature is really funny.
Is there no reason to attack with like everything, other than
Yeah.
the frozen creature?
This is the ice bucket challenge, bro. That's what we're calling it.
Ice bucket challenge.
Freeze mirror, ice bucket challenge. Got a frostbite. Who has the most frostbites in here?
And here I have to take just a little damage over here, bring him down to 2.
Dude, what do you mean? This is not little damage. What you keep saying little damage, but it's not at all little. Look at this board.
Ooh.
If I was playing Demacia right now, I'd be super scared.
Yeah. Like, ugh.
And Reckoning here from Orpheus' side, possibly the nail in the coffin for Tiger here in game 4? 5?
Game
five,
number
right?
5. We're going into the 5-game round over here.
Yeah, just Alpha Strike with all of these fat creatures. What are you gonna do? Even if what? What's gonna save him? Double harsh winds?
Nothing is gonna save
Double
you.
harsh winds. Double harsh winds doesn't even do it.
Oh, and there,
Dude,
dude.
it's the first time I've seen Sejuani level up in the mirror. For real. Like, usually, it doesn't level up in the mirror just because you block each other's stuff too much. So you don't get damage into the Nexus. And you get damage into the Nexus in big
Yep.
chunks. So you never get it in like 5 different instances. So I think that's a first for me, seeing Ash, seeing Sejuani level up in the
Hey, there's a
mirror.
first time for everything for everyone. And we are moving on to game number 5 with Orpheus bringing in Trash Lux against I think Ash Johnny Kato, which he's struggling to get that one final win with this deck. Could it could go to any player's side right now. Who would take the win? Who will be moving on to the semifinals? It's all on to this last game right here, right now.
Yeah. Does this deck run Ruination or anything?
I don't think so. With Lux, there's no reason to be running Ruin. No, there is no Ruination.
No Ruination,
But
right?
this,
So Concerted Strike. Well, that's the thing is like, that's easily trumped by Frostbite cards. The removal, like Concerted Strike in single combat. So that might be a big factor going into this final match between Orpheus and Tiger.
yep, not playing anything for the first 3 turns over here for each players. Going in with the Vanguard Sergeant.
So this is gonna be like 3 precious damage from Orpheus side, because it's gonna put you that much closer to closing out with Lux lasers,
Yep.
right?
And without Remembrance. Oh, top deck Remembrance. Forget what I said.
Just as we were saying, man. We get top deck Remembrance over here from Orpheus side, but maybe is it time? If he has like Mage Seekers in his deck, right? He has
Yeah,
to
he has.
play Remembrance at 6 instead of 5. Because if he chooses to put down the Hapless Aristocrat first, he's not gonna have a chance to get that 6 mana Remembrance.
Definitely going for the block onto the Ash. Just taking that little 5 damage from Eye Tiger. It's just 5.
Yeah. I think at this point we can just call it
This is
just
just
5. Right?
5.
I think it's valid, but a while ago was too much. A while ago was like 1 million
Yeah,
damage.
he
Or
took the
something.
8 damage like a man, and he turned the game around. Oh, and a Vengeance.
So it's really tough for these Demacia decks going into this Freljord Frostbite list. It feels like it's always a tough time, like even if you have like the creatures on board, you're always getting threatened by, oh man, he's gonna frostbite me, isn't he? That's always the question against these Freljord lists.
Here we see the first half guard coming down. We saw the power of Everos on half guard, stacking up the deck, making everything so powerful. Could Orpheus, overcome this crazy half guards?
Well, we got the Hopless Aristocrat to save some precious HP, unless we see, even if we see Kato on Tiger's side, he has Vengeance to clean that up, so that's one thing.
Orpheus is kind of still in the control seat right now, but is still not looking without his key cards like Lux or Trash. Forward.
If he goes for the Vanguard here, he'll be able to still put up Vengeance mana, but he goes for a Concerted Strike play on the Ash, which is very warranted with 2 mana. I don't think there is anything to stop this Concerted Strike from going into Ash at 2 mana. At 3 mana, there might have been a threat of Flash Freeze, but dropping down to 2 mana, there was just nothing that Tiger could do. But answering here,
second Ash.
Yeah, with just another Ash, he can go for the Vanguard play now, or he's gonna go for okay. So he thinks he doesn't have another Ash in hand, right? Like, I mean, that's a fair consideration from Orpheus. Just gonna try and take out this Ash now
And
again.
Ash is really, really dangerous against your deck if you don't want anything that get to be frozen kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
Trading the Radiant Guardian into God.
And Hapless Aristocrat doing some work, taking the axe from this Reckless Fire. You know, it's pretty funny if you think about it. If like in a real battle sense, like the Hapless Aristocrat like is jumping into the Reckless
I'm gonna
Fire,
block!
and the Reckless Fire, yeah, and the Reckless Fire is like, oh, I gotta kill this man. I gotta use my axe on this man.
Big XQ, man.
Yeah, small man, big axe. Guess what happens?
Boom. Blockers just sound really funny in the real battle. And
Yeah. If you think about it, like in a real battle sense, like you get distracted by a hapless aristocrat. Whoa. Nexus, gotta kill this man first.
and the Reckoning coming down, clearing the whole board, opening the way for the
Single combat
and the single go
on
back
the
coming
5/3.
in, balancing the whole board out.
I think it's a good play.
It's fair, not taking that 5 damage from the Reckless. Right fair. No, he's not taking it.
Okay, interesting. Is he just gonna go for the Vile Feast?
Oh, okay. Instead, he's going for the Valve Feast for the Charm Blockers. Spider, kill me with my axe.
Yeah. Reckless Ryan getting distracted by these spiders, man.
Yikes! And a Yeti coming
Oh.
down. Definitely gonna be
So
a
good.
Lux play over here.
Yeah, so good thing that the Reckoning is out of the way, and he'll be able to drop blocks safely on this board. But Ice Veil Archer has something to say about that, possibly threatening the Culling Strike onto the locks, and that's
Very soon.
exactly what we're gonna see. But it's gonna give Rekindler some value, so that's fine.
But he's just gonna take a little bit of damage. Just 9 damage.
9 damage.
Mm.
That's like half the Nexus HP. Just a little bit of damage,
It's
according to
fine.
It's fine.
Moving on to turn number 9 with a second Lux coming in and a Rekindler ready to go.
So that's the question here right now, right? Like, is he gonna drop Lux or Rekindler? And he goes for the Rekindler play, possibly going for a single combat.
Oh, and the second
Oh.
Reckoning coming in. This looks really
that
bad
hurts.
for Ophius right now.
Well, he can use single combat on the Yeti, right?
Yeah, but that leaves him open for a 5 damage open.
Yeah, well, he has Vengeance to clear it out.
Yeah, but
so
I also have opportunity to add more creatures onto the board. Gonna be really risky.
the second Reckoning was dirty.
Yeah.
That was like insane. That was super dirty.
And a harsh
Ooh.
winds. Oh, that is gonna be really bad for Ophius over here.
It's not enough to win the game if Tiker doesn't have anything more to develop, because Vengeance is gonna come down on one of these creatures.
And if Tiger goes for the development over here, a Lux could save the day over here. And a Vengeance onto the Yeti.
And Tiker doesn't have any buffs in his deck, right? So he's gonna go down to 2. But now the big threat now is Captain Farron stealing the game.
Oh.
Yeah, just one Captain Farron, like
Close
just one decimate, it's over.
Comes in Everest,
but
and
it's
Trapper.
not.
And another Trifarian, Reckless Trifarian. Thresh could change some things around here.
Thresh,
or he could go for a Alphys, or the Marcia might work for Ophius.
maybe a Vile Feast into Thresh, but Vile Feast first to check what Tiker
and a Kato
has in hand. And it's gonna be a Kato, and that's gonna spell trouble.
So a for the Marcia over here would cause Ophius to block. But it's, and he get access to a laser as well.
the big thing is here is if he blocks, like he has to block with both. He just has to block with the no wait.
No,
He
the
can go
Kato doesn't die.
for Demacia. Yeah, Kato doesn't die if he just blocks the spider, right?
So probably Trash over here might be the best way and trade with the Reckless Trifarian.
5-2. Yeah. But then again, it still doesn't save him, right? Because Kato, he needs to top deck something for Kato.
Comes the 4 Demacia leveling up Deluxe, having a final spark in his hand. What would Orpheus
Yeah.
do?
Well, he's gonna go for the attack here, and hope that Eye Tiger doesn't block. But I think this is the wrong play. I think he has to go for like the whole attack, right?
Yeah, but if
No
the
way.
Kato would definitely block it.
Yeah, if he lasers the Avarosan Trapper, there's just the Kato just has to block the spider, and he still lives. So he has to go for the attack first and see how Eye Tiger blocks.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Eye Tiger will take the optimal block here, blocking the Lux with the Avarosan Trapper, and then blocking the spider, and possibly just no wait. He can take the spider for sure.
Yeah, so
That's how it's gonna play out.
feels like
He's just gonna block Lux.
Orpheus might not have an out.
Yeah.
Going for
He
the
needs
Trash.
top deck like
Going for the Trash might be the better
Vengeance
play.
or something. Yeah, in this position, you get rid of less creatures if you laser first. Because now
The Kato is definitely
Kato
gonna
is
block
just
the spiders.
yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Bringing him to
So yeah, if he attacked with the lock first, he could have possibly taken out one more Reckless Trifarian, right?
yep. And this should be it for Orpheus. There's no way out then. There's no
Mm-hmm.
and an uneven spirit onto the spider saying that is enough. Enough is enough.
Yeah. And third game going to Eye Tiger, he's moving on to top 4 of this DOR 13 Shen emote from Eye Tiger. Lux creating the final spark, but not for his opponent, but for Orpheus.